Hello out there in YouTube land. This is Morris, man, and as always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I appreciate the comments and the ongoing subscriptions. Today I'm going to do another short video because I think about these little things that might be very helpful to the beginner and intermediate guitar player. I post some videos because knowledge is king, and you don't know what you don't know. And I guess today's video will be entitled Tone, because I've gotten a lot of comments as far as how do you get such a good tone on your guitar. And I would just want to say this first of all, that I've always been attention to detail when it comes to my tone. I've always wanted my guitar to sound really good even when I was a young guy. So I've always been kind of very attention to detail in that area. So I'm going to give you just, I guess, some tips that might help you in some of my personal setups as far as how to get certain tones. And I guess first of all is you ask yourself, what tone are you looking for? Because different guitars will give you different tones, because hands down, if you want to do the rock thing, Les Paul, Gibson Les Pauls, because of the humbucking pickups and the unbelievable sustain on those guitars, so that's a no-brainer. But as far as kind of funk, R&B, bright sounds, and kind of thick, jazzy sounds, again, it depends on the guitar that you have. So you have to, be attention to detail as far as what type of guitar that I need to buy to get this tone. But I got various guitars, and I kind of tweak them for various tones. And my J Tercer, which I don't have in front of me, unfortunately, the black one with the inlay that everybody likes and wants, that guitar has a really thick sound because it has a humbucking pickup and a single coil, so it gives you kind of a unique sound. But some of the basic stuff to get you a nice tone is your strings. And what I use is, I guess this is an endorsement, Ernie Balls. I've been playing Ernie Balls extra light slinkies for years, and this is that lightest gauge that you can get, which is 8. Each string is gauge 8. So and it's nickel wound. So in order to kind of get a nice bright sound, you want a bright sounding strings. And I've always used light gauge. I do not like thick gauge strings. When I was studying under one of my music teachers years ago, I brought my guitar to him to kind of adjust it, and he put thick gauge strings on it. He raised the action. I didn't like it. He said, well, you need to play these thick gauge strings so your fingers get stronger. And I immediately took them off because I realized that I want to play and feel comfortable the way I want to feel comfortable, and no one should dictate that to you. You know what you like and you know what you don't like. So immediately I took them off and realized from this point on, I'm going to do that myself and not rely on somebody else. The only thing I needed him for is to pass on the knowledge to get me to the point where I can play very well. So that's important too, that you choose what you choose because you want what you've chosen, and not because of someone else told you to do it and you don't feel comfortable. So another very, I guess, simple but important information or advice is, again, for tone settings. Usually when I play my guitar for kind of a bright tone, I've always set my tone in the middle. I like this tone, and then to switch up further, it gives you kind of a thicker but still yet nice, kind of comfortable bright tone, but it adds a little more thickness. The last setting, I rarely ever use this one because it's extremely bright, and the brighter you get, the thinner the sound becomes. And there are some 60s songs that they use a lot of that this setting where they take it down to the very, thin sound. But me personally, my personal preference is the middle one. You kind of get the both of best worlds when you set it in the middle. Little things like this make a big difference. And as far as the duct tape, and I think I mentioned this in my other video, and I thought it was important to mention it here, that these metal strips here, when your guitar get zapped with a lot of humidity, or just sometimes cheaply made, the metal pieces you're playing, you can feel it and scratching your fingers. And I hate that feeling, to the point where it used to get so bad to put Band-Aids on my fingers because I played for long periods of time. But here's a remedy, and it's a very inexpensive remedy, is get some duct tape and just line it up you know, along the edges, and try not to put it too far over there because it hit the strings and buzz. But if you just kind of put it along the edges, and it takes away that ruffle feeling of those metal pieces when you're playing. And the duct tape doesn't interfere or disrupt your playing. Actually, it feels better when you're playing it with the duct tape because you feel nothing but smoothness. You don't feel any pieces of metal, you know, at any point. So that's really important too, as far as playing comfortably. And as I think of more stuff, I post these little short videos because it's very helpful as far as you know, knowing people's setting and how do they get this type of sound. And that's how I get it. Again, I always use light gauge strings. And my setting is always usually set in the middle or it's set up for a slight thickness. And I just want to touch on this briefly. Again, my DVDs are still available because someone came up with a good idea as far as we like your tutorials. Is it possible to get personal copies of some of these videos so we can watch them in the comfort of our home? Because, you know, watching on the small monitor is just sometimes not enough. But if it's possible, can we have a DVD so we can put it in our DVD player and watch on a big screen TV? So what I do is I provide a tabbing service for those people that are really serious about learning certain songs, because I normally do them for free, but unfortunately I get a lot of requests and I can't fill them all. And I have some people out there, hello James, hello Ed, Ron, and Marky, that they are musicians, they play in the band, and they need to learn these songs by a certain period of time. And unfortunately, sheet music is either out of print or never in existence, so where do they go? You know, they're decent players, but they just can't tab these songs, so that's why I come in. I tab songs, a minimum of 2 songs, and they're $10 a song. I do more, but the minimum is 2. Because it's very time consuming, you know, and that's why sometimes I'm forced to, if someone's really interested or serious about learning a certain song, that I have to, you know, be compensated for the time that I spend on it, because it sometimes takes a couple of hours, and then the editing aspect alone is like usually an hour and a half to do the graphics on the bottom and things of that nature. So again, service I provide for these people that are serious about learning certain songs. You can inbox me. I give you details. You can send the money to the PayPal account, and I will get the DVD out within 24 hours, and usually post it on YouTube if you want it posted there within a matter of a couple of hours. Because years ago, when people came to other people to tab their stuff or have their stuff tabbed, what the guy would do is listen to the song, tab it out, and give the guy the sheet music, and that's it. But what the service I provide is a little extra. I put together a DVD, and you can see me playing, and you see the chords under the bottom, as you know. And I play along with the record so you can hear that it fits in well as far as the voicing and everything. And not only that, I send you a personal copy to your home for your own use. So not a bad, service if you're seriously interested in trying to learn certain songs that I just don't have time to cover. So that's still available. You know, anybody wants that service, just contact me. And also my new DVD as far as learning chords, updated, revised version. This is 45 minutes long. It's packed with a lot of good information for $10. And for you people outside the United States, you have to add, unfortunately, an additional $10 for shipping, because it's quite expensive to ship it to France, ship it to England, and so on and so forth. So those services are available. Those DVDs are available. So if you're interested, please just contact me, and I get you out a copy. Because what I'm trying to do, and I'm not by no means, and I stress this all the time, I am not a teacher, but it's kind of a common sense spiel as far as cutting to the chase, because the complaint that most of us have is when we go to learn from people, and I don't blame the music teachers because they've been taught to teach a certain way, that the stuff that they teach you, they can slice it in half and just give you this portion and you're good to go, because you can learn how to play from that point on. But unfortunately, they give you a lot of stuff that you would never need, never use, and it takes up a lot of time and money. So that's why, I decided to start putting together these videos to say, there's a quicker way to get to music land, or radio land, as opposed to it's going to take me 3 years to finally play the stuff that I've been trying to play since I walked in the door, inquiring your services as far as teaching me. So, you know, that's what I've been trying to do. That's been my campaign for like the last year and a half or so, is to just cut to the chase and give you some information that will allow you to play the stuff you want to play. Because that's the bottom line. You just want to play the stuff that you hear. And the majority of the people that play, they just want to do the covers, because the majority of the bands out there cover bands. You know, unfortunately, people are not very open to new stuff that they've never heard before. Because even the seasoned artist sneaks in some of the new songs from the new CD that hasn't been released during their concerts, because, again, we just been conditioned that if we never heard it, we can't relate to it, and we don't want to hear it. You know, so the majority of the people that want to play just want to play the stuff off the radio. They're not really into just, I want to learn or play, you know, create my own songs, which is fine, but 90% of the musicians just want to do covers and enjoy doing that and enjoy, you know, bringing it to the people. So on that note, I'm going to sign off, and until next time, I thank you, as always, for coming to my channel. Thanks again.